Dear students, welcome back to the National Health Programs session. Today, we will discuss about Universal Immunization Program. Immunization, it is the most cost-effective and powerful weapon against vaccine-preventable diseases. These are called as VPD. In 1974, World Health Organization launched EPI, Expanded Program on Immunization Against 6 common vaccine preventable diseases of UNICEF and supported by EPI itself. So what are the 6 vaccine preventable diseases? There is diphtheria, pertussis, which is called as whooping cough also, tetanus, polio, tuberculosis, measles. So these 6 are called as 6 vaccine preventable diseases. And what is expanded EPI? In the EPI, the expanded means adding more disease controlling antigens of vaccination schedule, extending coverage to all corners of the country, and spreading services to the less privileged sectors of the society, mainly children and pregnant women. So health for all, coming to the health for all, has one of the goals is the immunization, and also one of the strategies of reaching health for all also goal with the concept of primary health care by 2080. So that is the goal. Coming to the immunization schedule, World Health Organization called this immunization schedule as Expanded Program on Immunization Against 6 vaccine preventable diseases. But UNICEF called it as Universal Child Immunization Program. Both are same. Coming to the goal of Universal Program of Immunization, the goal is to reach to achieve the universal immunization by 1990. And Government of India established this EPI in 1978. So what are the objectives of the Universal Immunization Program? To reduce mortality and morbidity resulting from vaccine preventable diseases of childhood, and also have self-sufficiency of production of vaccines of Universal Immunization Program in India by 1985. So one is to reduce mortality, morbidity. Another is to achieve self-sufficiency in the production of vaccines. Coming to the components of the expanded program of immunization. So what are the components? There are 2 components. One is women and another is children. So immunize the pregnant women against tetanus, immunize the children against 6 vaccine preventable diseases. So what is the aim of the EPI? EPI aim is 100% coverage of pregnant women with 2 doses of tetanus toxoid or a booster dose. The second one is 85% coverage of infants with 3 doses of each DPT, OPV, and 1 dose of BCG and 1 dose of measles vaccine by 1990. In India, the Universal Immunization Programs selected 30 selected districts, and with catchment areas of 50 medical colleges, later on expanded to 242 medical colleges. So what is the mission of the UIP? The mission is on vaccination and immunization of vulnerable populations, especially children. So this is a technology mission. And what is the purpose? To cover all aspects of immunization activity, especially research and development, to the delivery of services to reach the target population. So that is the purpose. And what is the delivery of immunization services? How it is delivered to the target population, maybe women or children, especially by MCH centers primary health centers, sub-centers, hospitals, dispensaries, ICDs units. Coming to the herd immunity. What is herd immunity? Suppose if immunization coverages reaches 80% or more, then the disease transmission will be disrupted. That means it may be stopped or partially stopped. That means it gives protection to the remaining non-immunized children. That is the herd immunity. So in the case of, suppose if we get vaccine against corona, definitely that will give you herd immunity, and the remaining non-immunized population will be protected, for example. Then vaccine coverage in percentage, suppose for BCG and DPT, which were introduced in 1985 and 86, BCG is 29% coverage, DPT with 41%. Then in 2014 year, BCG is 3 times, that is 91% coverage occurred, whereas DTP3, it is 83%, it is double that of 1985-86. So that is BCG 29% to 91%, DPT 41% to 83%. Tremendous coverage improvement. Coming to the decline in reported vaccine preventable diseases from year 1987 to 2014. So what are the diseases especially declined? Polio, then diphtheria, pertussis. Poliomyelitis from 28,000 odd to only 0 from 1987 to 2014. Diphtheria from 12,000 odd in 1987 to 4,000, that is 1/3 reduction in 2014 year. Coming to the pertussis, 1,63,000 cases were there in 1987. Then it is reduced to 61,000 in 2014 year. That means around 2.5 times reduction. So this is the result, good result by vaccination against the vaccine preventable diseases. Coming to the Government of India plan, one is SPIP, that means State Program Implementation Plan. State Program Implementation Plan. So what are the components of the State Program Implementation Plan? Support for alternate vaccine delivery. So alternately, you have to make a delivery of the vaccines to the sub-centers, outreach centers from the primary health center. That is number one. And also you have to deploy retired manpower to carry out the immunization activities to underserved areas. That means tribal people, kidney areas, and also the areas which cannot be reached so easily. Then coming to the mobility support. What is mobility support? To DIO. DIO is District Immunization Officer as per SPIP. That is State Program Implementation Plan, monitoring and supportive suspension. So that is his duty. Then coming to the review meeting at 6 monthly intervals at the state level, and also training of all the staff members, including A&M and also refrigerator mechanics, and support for mobilization of children to immunization session sites by ASHA women, and also printing of materials like immunization cards, monitoring sheets, cold chain charts, vaccine inventory charts. Coming to the Government of India, they made the auto-disabled syringes for BCG. They downsized, that means from 20 vials to 10 vials doses, so that wastage will be reduced. Then coming to the supply of vaccine and vans, and strengthen and maintain cold chain systems, and also pulse polio immunization program. A separate class will be there on pulse polio immunization program. Then coming to the immunization schedules, a lot of immunization schedules are there, like NIS, there is National Immunization Schedule, Indian Academy of Pediatrics, and special categories by UIP, Universal Immunization Program, like that. So now let us discuss about the national immunization schedule. First visit at 6 weeks of age, infant. Then second and third visits at intervals of 1 to 2 months. OPV give concurrently with pentavalent vaccine, and BCG can be given along with any of the 3 doses at different site of injection other than the PVB. So the first visit, before that, birth visit will be there for hepatitis B, and also 0 dose for the OPV, and first visit 6 weeks of age, then later on 10, 14 for OPV, DPT, and also pentavalent. If pentavalent is given, the DPT should not be given, and OPV will be there when routinely 3 doses. Coming to the IAP. IAP, Indian Academy of Pediatrics. They have more vaccines in the Indian Academy of Pediatrics, and also immunization schedule is a little different. Like this, it is there. Indian Academy of Pediatrics immunization schedule is BCG, OPV, DPT, hepatitis B, and H influenza B conjugate, and measles, MMR, typhoid, TT. In birth to 2 weeks, BCG can be given. OPV 0 dose, that is birth is only priming, it is not for immunity. Then 6, 10, 14 weeks, 3 doses will be there, primary series. Then again, boosters are there, 16 to 18 months and 5 years. Coming to the DPT, 6, 10, and 14 weeks, these are the primary series, and boosters are 16 to 18 months and 5 years. Coming to the hepatitis B, like OPV, birth dose also there, and primary series are there, 6, 10, and 14 weeks. And hepatitis Hib conjugate, H influenza type B conjugate, 6, 10, and 14 weeks primary series, and measles, 9 weeks initially, then later 16, 24 months also can be repeated depending on the situations. Then coming to the measles, mumps, rubella, at 1 year it can be given along with the mumps and rubella. Measles can be given. Typhoid, it has 2, 5, 8, and 12 years of ages. Typhoid can be given, and tetanus toxoid 10 and 16 years for the children. Then coming to the pregnant women, TT 2 doses 1 month apart from per pregnant women, or booster dose if previously immunized for the last 3 years. Then National Immunization Schedule, they introduced pentavalent instead of DPT, hepatitis B, HIV conjugate vaccine. Pentavalent vaccine consists of diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus, hepatitis B, and H influenza type B conjugate vaccine. So you should not give, if you give pentavalent vaccine, the vaccine should not be given or DPT separately or hepatitis B separately and Hib conjugate separately. So DPT, hepatitis type B, and H influenza conjugate vaccine should not be given at 6, 10, and 14 weeks if pentavalent vaccine is being used. So these 3 are the total 5, including DPT 3, hepatitis type 1, 4, Hib CV 5. These 5 should not be given separately at 6, 10, 14 weeks if pentavalent vaccine is being used. Vaccine should be given after discussion with parents. So unless you discuss with parents, you should not give the vaccines such as varicella 15 months or after 1 year, hepatitis A high risk selected infants at 1 month and 6 months later, pneumococcal conjugate vaccine at 6 weeks, influenza vaccine at 6 months age to high risk selected infants annually. So after discussion, the vaccine should be given or varicella, hepatitis A, pneumococcal conjugate vaccine, influenza vaccine. Pulse polio immunization program. The separate class, but a little about pulse polio immunization we'll discuss about. Less than 5 year age group, additional dose of oral polio vaccine is an extra drops will be there on fixed dose. in December and January every year, especially on Sunday. And house-to-house vaccination, if missed, children are there. NIDs, that is National Immunization Days, rounds cover 172 million children previously. And SNIDs, SNIDs are sub-national immunization days, cover around 80 million children. And also mop-up program also there, along with the house-to-house missed children. Mop-up is a large-scale multi-district mop-up program, and this also the vaccine will be given. The pulse polio immunization program vaccine. What is the result? Only one case of polio in January 2011 year occurred because of the pulse polio immunization, reduced it to only one case. And in 2012, and India was declared as endemic free of polio. Then in 2014, India was declared as polio-free country. Coming to the introduction of inactivated polio vaccine, IPV, it is injectable, whereas oral polio vaccine is oral drops. India, the last global case due to wild polio virus type 2 was reported at Aligarh 1999. Most of the global cases are due to the polio cases are due to type 2 polio virus. It consists of VDPV, that is vaccine-derived polio virus, which is about 97%. VAPP, that is vaccine-associated paralytic polio, which is around 40% separately. And coming to the PEGS, that is the Polio Endgame Strategic Plan to replace trivalent OPV with bivalent OPV. This is called as switching over. Trivalent consists of type 1, type 2, type 3, whereas bivalent oral polio vaccine consists of only type 1 and type 3, but not type 2, because type 2 causes a lot of polio cases that was dropped. That's called as switching over from trivalent oral polio vaccine to bivalent oral polio vaccine. Coming to the introduction of inactivated polio vaccine, the chance of contact while switching over of recent birth cohorts, suppose recent delivered babies, there will be at risk of VDPV, that is vaccine-derived polio virus, and wild polio virus, which are natural polio virus type 2. They may cause the polio disease by silent ongoing transmission of VDPV type 2, or potential leakage of WPV type 2, or accidental or incidental leakage of virus from a laboratory. So silent by VDPV, potential by WPV, and accidental leakage from a lab. These three may be the reasons of causing disease of polio. So what are the solutions? To mitigate this problem, introduce inactivated vaccine, polio vaccine, that is IPV. It was introduced in 2015 prior to the trivalent OPV to bivalent OPV switching over, that is in 2016. So IPV is already introduced, later introduced in 2015, later switching over is in 2016. So as part of PEGS, that is the endgame strategic plan, polio endgame strategic plan, IPV is introduced in 2015. Injection 0.5 ml IM at 14 weeks or fractional IPV of 0.1 ml of ID at 6 and 14 weeks of life. Intradermally, this was introduced. It will boost the, increase the efficacy of the oral polio vaccine, fractional IPV. That is the indication. Introduction of measles vaccine, second opportunity. So how it was introduced? By National Technology or Technical Advisory Group, it was introduced. It's recommended a second dose of measles vaccine to children between 9 months and 10 years of age through supplementary immunization activity. If states evaluated coverage of less than 80%, suppose less than 80% of coverage of measles is there, second dose should be there given. Suppose if it is more than 80% coverage of measles immunization, then second dose of vaccine through routine immunization at 16 to 24 months, that is latter years. So if it is less than 80% at 9 months and 10 years, and if it is more than 80% coverage at 16 to 24 months of age, the second dose of measles should be given. Introduction of hepatitis B vaccine. States and union territories by Government of India, they have universalized hepatitis B with monovalent vaccine intramuscularly to the infant at 6th, 10th, and 14th week, along with primary series of OPV and DPT. Also, one dose of hepatitis B at birth within 24 hours of birth in endodermally. So hepatitis B also, at birth, if it is called as 0, it will be priming, but if it is not 0, like oral polio vaccine, it's also beneficial. Introduction of pentavalent vaccine. Primary dose, 6th, 10th, and 14th weeks, 3 doses will be given as a pentavalent, all 5 vaccines together at 3 doses, 6th, 10th, and 14th. Vaccine contains 5 antigens: hepatitis B, diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus, and Haemophilus influenza type B. Still, birth doses of hepatitis B is given, and also 2 booster doses of DPT will continue as before. So booster dose of DPT will be continued, and birth dose of hepatitis B also will be continued apart from this pentavalent vaccine at 6th, 10th, and 14th week. Coming to the rotavirus vaccine. It is introduced in 2016 year, 3-dose vaccine along with pentavalent. So rotavirus along with pentavalent vaccine at the 6th, 10th, and 14th weeks of age. So first, second, and third doses at 6th, 10th, and 14th weeks will be introduced, especially in Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, and Odisha in the first quarter of 2016. Coming to the rubella vaccine. Measles and rubella campaign targeting 9 months to 15 years of age in a phased manner. Later, routine immunization. So one is campaign, another is routine immunization. Campaign 9 months to 15 years. Routine immunization as 2 doses campaign for 9 to 12 months and 16 to 24 months of age, as per National Immunization Program. 9 to 12 months and 16 to 24 months. Coming to the mission Indradhanush, introduced by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare as per 7 colors of rainbow, or 7 vaccine preventable diseases in December 2014. To fully immunize 18 lakhs children, those who are unvaccinated or partially vaccinated, those who have not been covered during routine immunization also. 7 life-threatening vaccine preventable diseases are diphtheria, whooping cough, tetanus, pneumococcus, tuberculosis, measles, and hepatitis B. So DPT, pneumococcus, tuberculosis, measles, hepatitis. These are 7 vaccine preventable, life-threatening vaccine preventable diseases. These are included in Mission Indradhanush. Also against Japanese encephalitis, H. influenza type B in selected states and districts. Pregnant women also with tetanus toxoid immunized. Coming to the same Mission Indradhanush, the first phase, first round started in 2015, April 7th, World Health Organization. 352 districts across 279 medium priority districts and 33 districts from NIFA states, Northeast Frontier Agency states, are selected. And 40 districts from first phase 1, where large number of Missed out children were detected during monitoring of Indradhanush. So missed out children also were picked up during monitoring. During second phase, 4 immunization drives for 7 days from 7th October 2015 onwards. 4 immunization drives, which are called as intensified immunization drives. Then 4 consecutive months, same date and time, repeated drives. So October, November, December, January, same date, that is 7th day, and next from 2015 to 2016 means 2016th year. All children less than 2 years of age are included. All pregnant women are included for TT. So this is the Indradhanush for the 6 vaccine preventable diseases, pregnant women for TT. Coming to the National Immunization Schedule for infants, children, and pregnant women. First stage of oral polio vaccine withdrawal. This is switching over. That means from a trivalent vaccine to bivalent vaccine. It is called a switching over, so that we will stop the type 2 transmission which causes the polio virus. So we are withdrawing type 2 virus. This is called a switching over. Once the switch is made, the OPV will not be used. That means no OPV at all. Anywhere in the world, no OPV vaccine at all in the world, and manufacturers will no longer supply TOPV, that is trivalent OPV, so as to replace type 2 to mitigate paralysis risks, paralytic poliomyelitis. So there is no paralytic poliomyelitis, there is no paralysis risks by as TOPV is not there, only BOPV is there. Then the switch is necessary as no OPV type 2 is recorded. 3 types of WPV, that is natural type 1, 2, 3. This is the wild poliovirus or natural poliovirus. It has 3 types of species. National Immunization Schedule for infants and children and pregnant women. First stage of OPV withdrawal. The attenuated poliovirus in OPV can undergo genetic changes during replication and in communities with low vaccination. So sometimes replication and usually with low vaccination coverage, this VDPV, vaccine-derived poliovirus, because of the genetic changes, it will emerge that can cause paralytic polio, cannot distinguish from natural poliovirus disease. So both will be same. Both paralytic polio will be same, or polio disease will be same, causing by VDPV and WPV. To stop OPV, oral polio vaccine, paralytic polio caused by VDPV may disappear. Once you stop oral polio vaccine, VDPV will disappear, and so that paralytic polio also will disappear. Then polio eradication and game strategic plan, that is PESP, polio eradication and game strategic plan, both due to WPV natural infection and also vaccine-derived poliovirus disease can be stopped. So because of the polio eradication and endgame strategic plan, the polio diseases caused by natural virus and also vaccine-derived poliovirus will be disappeared. National Immunization Schedule for infants, children, and pregnant women. First stage of OPV withdrawal, already we know that is switching over, and the risk of vaccine-associated paralytic poliomyelitis VAPP and CVDP, that is a circulated vaccine-derived poliovirus type 2 component of OPV outweighs its benefits. So how it is beneficial? Suppose you are throwing out the type 2 from type 1 to type 2, type 3 species. Then switch will serve as a dry run for withdrawal of other type of OPV. So the switch also should be stopped. That means oral polio vaccine should be stopped. That is BOPV should be stopped. That is bivalent oral polio vaccine will be stopped. So how to replace this? So that will be replaced by BOPV will be replaced by IPV, that is inactivated polio virus, to be introduced on an accelerated timeline. That is by the end of 2015, so that OPV can be withdrawn totally. Only one dose of IPV, inactivated poliovirus, protects against OPV, oral polio vaccine type 2 virus. Maybe it is natural W, that is the wild poliovirus, or vaccine-derived poliovirus. So IPV is a protector. For pregnant women, so this is the schedule. Vaccine, there is a tetanus toxoid 1. And what is the due age early in pregnancy? What is the maximum age? It is not limited. And the dose is 0.5 ml, diluent, no diluent, routine, intramuscularly, site is upper arm. For TT2, also same, but only age is 4 weeks after TT1. Otherwise, everything is same. And in TT booster, if received TT doses as in a pregnancy within last 3 years, and the dose is same, no diluent, intramuscularly, upper arm. Coming to for infants, this is at birth till 1 year of age. Maximum age is till 1 year of age. Due age is at birth, and dose is 0.05 ml if it is less than 1 month, and if it is more than 1 month, 0.1 ml. So if it is less than 1 month, the diluent will be there, that is sodium chloride, intradermally, upper arm, same, but 0.1 ml more than 1 month. Dose will be given with BCG. Coming to the hepatitis B, birth dose at birth, within 24 hours, 0.5 ml, and no, for the diluent intradermally, and the site is anterolateral side of mid-thigh. So that is the hepatitis B site of injection. Coming to the vaccine, due age, maximum age, dose, diluent, and routine, and site. And bivalent OPV 0 at birth within the first 15 days maximum age, and diluent is no, dose is 2 drops, route is oral, and site is oral. Bivalent oral polio vaccine 1, 2, and 3 doses at 6, 10, and 14 weeks age, and maximum is still 5 years of age, dose is 2 drops, and route is oral, and also site is oral. There is no diluent. And pentavalent vaccine 1, 2, and 3, diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus, hepatitis B, and Hib influenza type B. At 6, 10, and 14 weeks, primary series due age should be given, and the maximum age 1 year of age. Dose is 0.5 ml, and diluent is no. Intradermally and anterolateral side of mid-thigh left side. So that is the pentavalent vaccine. Fractional IPV, this is inactivated vaccine, actually to improve the vaccination of the oral polio vaccine, it was given. But now fractional IPV, the due is at 6 and 14 weeks, 1 year of age, and 0.1 ml, and there is no diluent intradermally upper arm, but previously vaccinated with OPV and 0 dose to boost the immunity. Rotavirus, where applicable. The due age is at 6 and 14 weeks, 1 year of age, maximum age, dose is 5 drops, and the diluent no, oral route, oral site. So like this pneumococcal conjugate vaccine, and measles, rubella, Japanese encephalitis first dose, and vitamin A drops. Pneumococcal conjugate vaccine, PCV, the due age is at 6 and 14 weeks, and at 9 completed months booster dose. Maximum age is 1 year of age. Dose is 0.5 ml, diluent no, route intramuscularly, and the site is anterolateral site of mid-thigh right, where applicable. Measles and rubella, first dose at 9 completed months, due age, and maximum age is 12 months to 5 years. Then dose is 0.5 ml, diluent, sterile water, route is subcutaneous, upper arm sited, right upper arm is the site. Japanese encephalitis were applicable at 9 months to 12 months. Due age is 9 months, 12 months. Maximum age is 15 years of age. Dose is 0.5 ml diluent phosphate buffer solution. Route is subcutaneous, upper or left eye, left side. Vitamin A drops at 9 months age is the due age, and maximum age is 5 years of age. That is 1 liter, 1 lakh per international unit. Then diluent dose is 1 ml, diluent is no. Then route is oral and site is oral. For children, DPT, booster dose 1, age is 16 to 24 months, and maximum age is 7 years of age. Dose is 0.5 ml, diluent no, route is intramuscular, site is anterolateral site of mid-thigh lateral, left, anterolateral, left. Measles, rubella, second dose, 16 to 24 months is the due age. Maximum age is 5 years of age. Dose is 0.5 ml. Diluent is yes, that is the sterile water. Route is subcutaneous, site is upper or right. Bivalent OPV booster, 16 to 24 months is due age. Maximum age is 6 years. Dose is 2 drops. Diluent no. Route is oral, site is oral. Japanese encephalitis second, 16 to 24 months is the due age, second. And maximum age is till 15 years of age. Dose is 0.5 ml. And diluent is phosphate buffer solution. Route is subcutaneous, upper or left. Vitamin A, second to 9 doses at 6 months, and then 1 dose every 6 months. Up to 5 years of age. 2 ml, that's one international unit consists of 2 lakhs, and diluent no, oral route and oral site. DPT, booster doses, second booster dose, 5 to 6 years is due age, maximum is 7 years of age, dose is 0.5 ml, no diluent, and intramuscular route, upper arm site. Tetanus toxoid, 10 years and 16 years for children, and maximum age is 16 years, dose is 0.5 ml, no diluent, intramuscularly, upper arm. And this universal immunization program recommended for routine immunization for children. So UAP recommended immunization, routine immunization for children. There are 4 categories in this: for all children, for children residing in certain regions, for children residing in high-risk population, for children receiving vaccination with certain characteristics. So, all children, certain regions, high-risk populations, certain characteristics. These are the 4 categories under recommendations for routine immunization of children by World Health Organization, universal immunization for immunization program. Coming to the all children, one is antigen, age at first dose, dose in primary series, first to second, second to third, third to fourth, booster or combinations. The first vaccine is BCG as soon as possible, ASAP, as soon as possible, AB after birth. So BCG will be given as soon as possible after birth. The dose is 1. And there is no first to second, no second to third, no third to fourth, but exception is HIV. It can be combined. Hepatitis B, option 1 and option 2 are there. There are 2 options for hepatitis B. As soon as possible, ASAP, and AB after birth, less than 24 hours. And 4 primary series and 4 weeks with the DTP1, that is the first and second dose gap from between first and second dose, with no second, third, no third and fourth. And the combinations are boosters, premature and LBW, co-administration and combination vaccinations for premature and low birth weight. Option 2, as soon as possible and after birth, 24 hours. And 4 doses and 4 weeks in gap between 1 and 2, and 4 weeks gap 2 and 3, and 4 weeks gap, 3 and 4. That is the high risk groups. For high risk groups and for combination. Option 2 is high risk groups for hepatitis B. Coming to the polio along with hepatitis B, polio virus, bivalent virus plus inactivated polio virus. 6 weeks is at first dose, and dose in primary series 4 to be given, dose to be given with the BOPV dose from 14 weeks. That is the dose in primary series 6 weeks to 4 IPV, and dose to be given with bivalent OPV dose from 14 weeks. And coming to the first and second, 4 weeks with DTP2, second and third 4 weeks, and there is no third and fourth. And combination or the other aspects like OPV, birth dose, transmission, and importation risk criteria should be taken. So how much risk is there along with hepatitis B and polio. Then polio, only polio. Antigen, inactivated polio vaccine, and bivalent oral polio vaccine. 8 weeks is at first dose, and 1 to 2 is the dose in primary series. Then first to second is 4 to 8 weeks, and second to third 4 to 8 weeks, third to fourth 4 to 8 weeks. And that is the IPV related to bivalent OPV, 4 to 8 weeks, 4 to 8 weeks, 4 to 8 weeks, first, second, third, fourth. Coming to the sequential IPV, which boosts the, or which increase the oral polio vaccine immunization efficiency. 8 weeks first dose, and 3 doses primary, and first to second is 4 to 8 weeks, and second to third 4 to 8 weeks. And IPV booster need for early schedule. First dose given less than 8 weeks. Coming to the DTP, the age at first dose is 6 weeks minimum. Dose in primary series 3, first to second 4 weeks to 8 weeks, second to third 4 weeks to 8 weeks, and third to fourth is 1 to 6 years of age. Combination and vaccination and maternal vaccination, other delayed interrupted schedule also there. Coming to the Hib, influenza type B, the age at first dose is 6 weeks minimum and maximum 59 months, that is 5 years, 6 weeks to 5 years. And doses in primary series are 3, first to second dose gap is 4 weeks, and with the DTP 4 weeks with the DTP 3, and single dose more than 1 year of age, that is not for more than 5 years of age. If it is single dose, only more than 1 year of age, but not for 5 years. That is between 1 to 5 years of age, single dose. Option 2, influenza type B, 6 to 59 months age at first dose, and dose in primary series is 2 to 3 doses, and 8 weeks minimum. And if for 2 doses and 4 weeks minimum, if 3 doses, 4 weeks minimum. And if three doses also 6 months minimum. For last dose, delayed interrupted schedule, combination vaccine, maternal immunization. Pneumococcal vaccine, option 1 and 2 are there. Age at first dose is 6 weeks minimum. Dose in primary series 3, first to second 4, second to third 4 weeks, and third to fourth 9 to 15 months vaccine. Options initiate before 6 months of age, co-administrate to HIV, and consider preterm neonate booster also. Coming to the pneumococcal conjugate vaccine, option 2, 6 weeks minimum as a first dose. Series is dose in primary series are 2. First and second dose is 8 weeks gap, and second to third, 4 weeks gap, and also third to fourth, 4 weeks gap, and same. And rotavirus, Rotavix, Rotatec. Age at first dose is 6 weeks minimum with DTP1. The primary series are 2 doses. First to second gap is 4 weeks minimum with DTP-CV2. And Rotatec, 6 weeks minimum with DTP1 and 3 doses in primary series. And first and second dose are 10 months, 10 with the DTP-CV2 gap, and 4 weeks minimum with the DTP-CV3 gap. Coming to the measles, 9 to 12 months age at first dose, and 2 doses in primary series, 4 weeks minimum, and combination by vaccine, HIV, early vaccination, pregnancy. Rubella, 9 to 12 months, measles vaccine, and 1 dose, achieve and sustain 80% coverage, combination vaccine with co-administration pregnancy. HPV, human papillomavirus, as soon as possible, of 9 years of age females, 2 doses and 6 months minimum with minimum is 5 months. Target is 9 to 13 years for girls. Pregnancy are more than or equal to 15 years age, and 3 doses. HIV and immunocompromised booster also can be combined. Japanese encephalitis, inactivated varicella, live attenuated vaccine, live recombinant vaccine. Inactivated varicella derived is 6 months at age at first dose, 2 doses in series, 4 weeks gap generally. And live attenuated, 8 months age at first dose and 1 dose in primary series. Live attenuated, live recombinant is 9 months age at first dose, 1 dose in primary series. Yellow fever, it is 9 to 12 months age at first dose with measles containing vaccine, and the dose only 1 primary series. Tick-borne encephalitis, there are a variety of species are there, vaccination species like FSM, Immune, Encepur, INE. These are 3 doses, 1 to 3 months gap, and for booster once every 3 years. And TBE for Moscow and Encever, 3 doses in series. Gap is 1 to 7 months and 12 months, and also booster is every 3 years. Then typhoid, TCV, typhoid vaccine, type bar, age at first dose is more than 6 months, dose in primary series only 1. WIPS vaccine of typhoid, 2 years minimum, only 1 dose every 3 years, it can be continued. And capsules are there, TY21 alpha, 5 years minimum, and 3 or 4 primary series, doses in primary series. Then 1 day, there is a gap for the capsules. And every 7 years it can be continued. Then cholera, Dukoral, WCBCS, Shankol, and Micol, MORC, Wevax, and it has 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, like that doses, and also gaps, 0, 7 days, 6 weeks, less than 6 weeks, 14 days, 14 days, 14 days, and also 2 to 3 as 7 days, and also less than 6 weeks, and booster after 2 years for Shankol, all from WCBC2, MO or CVAX, or after 2 years, that is the booster dose. For the Duracol only 6 monthly. Coming to the meningococcal meningitis, meningitis A, meningitis C, and quadrivalent vaccine. Meningitis A vaccine 9 to 18 months, 5 micrograms, only 1 dose. And there are 2 to 11 months of age for the meningococcal C conjugate, 2 doses, 8 weeks gap, and after 1 year. This is the booster. Then more than 12 months, only one dose after 1 year booster. Quadrivalent, 9 to 12 months, 9 to 23 months, 2 doses, 12 weeks gap after 1 year booster. More than 2 years, or 2 years, 1 week, one dose, 12 weeks gap, and after one year. And like that, hepatitis C, at least one dose at 1 year age, 2 doses is required, 7 days gap. And then for rabies, for dengue, it is CYV, TDV, 9 years minimum, and 3 doses, 6 months gap, and also second to third 6 months gap. Like that, mumps, seasonal influenza, varicella, various doses, various ages, various doses, and various series and boosters and combination. So with this, we have completed the universal immunization program. And later on, we will discuss about the mostly about the pulse polio immunization, and read about the all the immunization schedule that will be given in the tabular form in PARC textbook, and separately for universal immunization program, and also national immunization schedule, separately for the infants, children, pregnant women, and also for exclusively for the various specialized groups of children, like only all children, high risk groups, and also certain areas with certain characters. Thank you very much. We'll meet again next week. Girish?